everybody. It's Renee at Tailspin Farm, and I am popping on just to say Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. It's a couple days after, but that's okay. And I wanted to do a couple of just showing you things I've been working on this last month. With Christmas and everything, it's been super productive month for me, actually. I got quite a few things finished and completed, and I'm working on a few things. So I just thought I'd go through those to get a video up and running. Again, 2020, I am working on getting videos going more and hopefully get more comfortable doing this, but it's always hard. So I thought I'd run through the first thing that I completed. I actually don't have it because I gave it as gifts, and if you hear the jingling, that's our dogs running through here. As you can see, I am in a different spot today. This is actually my workspace in the basement. It is finally clean. That was one of the accomplishments I had this last month, was that I was able to get my space cleaned up enough so that I can hopefully start videoing in here more. And if you hear noises, we have dogs, and my son's bedroom is right here. So he's playing a game right now. So I've asked him to be quiet, but we'll see how far that goes. But the first thing I wanted to show you was, and I don't have the actual objects, but I make these every year. These are a pattern that my husband's grandma gave me. I think about 15 years ago I got the pattern from her, and she actually started making these in the 70s. So I was the keeper of the pattern when it got to be too much for her, and she is no longer with us, but I cherish that I have this pattern from her. And they're actually stockings. This was the one she made me 30 years ago. When I became part of the family, and if you hear footsteps, that's hubby upstairs. But so these I make every year almost, and I make them for people that grandma made them for, and I make them as our family grows. I've made them, and I already have orders for 2020. If this is something that the viewers are interested in, you can message me below in the comments, or you can find me. I am on all the social media under Tailspin Farm, and I am selling these. I'm taking orders. These take me a few weeks. All of this is pieced. It's all crochet, all hand crocheted. Well, the name is a bit, it depends on how big your name is, but this is all pieced out, each individual letter, and I know it's going to come through backwards for you guys. But Santa is also hand pieced. So each individual thing that you see, I make it. Santa's individual. All of the pieces and parts of Santa all get sewn together on here. So it does take me a while. So I have a few orders to start out 2020. But if you're interested, these are beautiful. And actually, I make them a tad bit bigger than this now. I just do. I crochet bigger than what she does, or looser now. I used to crochet super tight, so my first few of these that I did were about this long right here. So they were really small, and over the years I've learned to not crochet so tightly. And so I have those, and I did 7 of these this year. We had new grandbabies added and a new family member added, and so that's what I worked on quite a bit. So that was one of my finished objects, although I don't have them, but they were given as gifts. And so I wanted to show you that. The other thing I did this December, which I really enjoyed, I was able to participate in a spin along with Erin over at Crafty Housewife Yarns. If you don't follow her, Erin has a YouTube site. She has her Crafty Housewife Yarns is where you're going to find her. She has a monthly subscription box. She spins, sells her yarns, and sells fiber to spin. She has a really amazing site and amazing things going on over there. So you could follow her. But I did her spin along, her 12 Days of Christmas spin along. And I had so much fun doing it. This is actually the most I have spun. We are foster parents. And we have been active foster parents up until October, November. So I have not done much spinning. And so this was a perfect reintroduction into spinning for me. And so December 1st through the 12th, we spun. She gave us an assignment every day. And I spun every day. And this isn't going to be in order. And I can't remember. We did thick and thin. We did thread plying. We did just regular spinning. We did some beehive spinning. That was fun. I don't remember. We did some art bats. So that's art spun yarn. I used some locks that I had. We did just our favorite spinning, which for me, I raise Angora rabbits. And so I had quite a bit of Angora fiber that I need to get spun. So one day I just spun a skein of Angora. Actually, I did a bobbin, and then I had another bobbin already done. So I did a bobbin that day, and then I plied it. This, I think, was thick and thin spun. A lot of these colors that you're seeing, let me see if I can... I know these two came from Created by LCB. She has some beautiful bats that you can get, and that's where I got a lot of these from. This one was, boy, I don't remember, but this is more of an art bat. You can see, you see that, yeah. So this has some thin and some thick spots. This one's more of an art yarn also. It's got some fun fuzz to it. Some of these were that I carded. Some of these I did on my blending board. This was just a hodgepodge of stuff that I had, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go together. I ended up loving this one. And then here's some more. I'd have to go back through. It's on my Instagram. If you look each day, it tells you what we did for that day. So I ended up with a lot of yarn in December. And so I have 12 skeins here. I'm not sure. They're all at least an ounce. A lot of them are more than that just because I had so much fun doing it. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of this. I am debating on putting it in my shop. And actually my website is up and running. I need to work with it a little bit. And I may add these to that or my Etsy shop. I may add these to hats. I'm not certain what I'm going to do with all this yarn right now, but I will do something with it. But I just had so much fun doing that. I know that Erin is doing another spinning, it's Spin for Her. I think if you look up Spin for Her, and it has to do with, there's a group that's doing it through Ellucian. You can look that up on, I know she's got stuff on Facebook already, and I'll try to remember to link Crafty Housewife Yarns down below. But she is doing that for January, and it's like a contest. You can also sign up for Ellucian. There's a donation. I think it goes for sex trafficking, that they are raising money for awareness for women and things like that. And so you can sign up under her site to do it, and then you can go to Ellucian and sign up for, if you do a donation, I think it's $20 or $25 at least, you can go in and sign up for a free spinning wheel is what I saw today. So I'm going to probably be doing that, and it depends on how much you spin for the month of January. I have to get details, and again, I'll try to link that below also. So I did that for December, did a lot of spinning. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is my daughter-in-law is also a spinner. And so she had our two grandkids. She dyes yarn and things like that, and spins and knits and crochets. She had our grandkids, our two grandkids on that side. She got me this cute little roll too, but she had them dye their own skein of yarn, which I absolutely love. And I thought that was so adorable. And so one of these is in the pattern right now, but these are the skeins that they made for me. This was from our 5-year-old granddaughter, and this is the 8-year-old grandson. They picked out the colors and they dyed these skeins for me. So I just thought that was so cool. And I wanted to come up with something that I could make for me using both of the skeins together. I didn't want to do 2 hats or anything like that. And so I got on and I found a shawl that I started working on. And I know I've seen this one quite a bit. It's the Lost in Time shawl by Johanna Lindahl, I think. It's right there. And it's just, I love the patterned things that are coming out, where you're doing each row is a different stitch and it's just a mishmash of stuff. And so I thought that would be perfect for all of these colors. Obviously the kids have very different taste in colors, and so I had to come up with something to put these together. So I went and got some Lions brand, I don't remember, I think this is homespun or something. So the teal was in both of them, and so I took that and I'm putting this in between as I switch colors on this pattern, hoping to kind of bring it together, and I think it is. But this is how far I've gotten on this shawl, and you can see the colors coming through. I just absolutely love it. It's a super simple, it's not simple pattern, but each row is fairly simple, so each row is different. And I've gone ahead and assigned the kids color to each row. And this is a 1 through 26 row, and then you repeat 15 through 26 over and over again until you have the length you want. And so each color I assigned on my pattern, so it'll be a repeat that's gonna look just like this. So I just thought that was so adorable. So I'm working on that. I think that is all for now. Again, in 2020, I am hoping to do, I am looking at shows to do right now. Right now I will be doing local ones, and I am hoping by the end of January to have my website and blog up and running more effectively. That really kind of got lost in the shuffle here the last year and a half when we were doing foster care. So I'm hoping to have that up and running. You can find me on Etsy. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook under Tailspin Farm. And this year I am hoping to get my rabbits into a colony situation. Right now they're in cages in our garage, which wasn't supposed to be that way 3 years ago when we moved here, but that's just kind of how it ended up. And I'm hoping to do something with that this spring, to have that just a little bit more effective in regards to how I keep my rabbits. I raise, for those of you who don't know, I raise Angora rabbits. I've raised Angora rabbits for about 16 years now, I think. I have English and French, more English right now, and I'm hoping to get a couple of German, large German rabbits, German Angoras, to start breeding and spinning their fiber. So those are the plans for 2020. We'll see. I make plans and things often change, but those are my hopes for 2020. And I hope, and hopefully I'll get, I've got a review that I want to do with a knitting machine. This is our big dog. I have a knitting machine I want to do a review on here probably next week. It is one I've had for quite a while, and with hand spinning, which takes up a lot of time, raising the Angora rabbits for the yarn and fiber takes a lot of time, and so I have no problems knitting on a machine for some of my products, and so I want to redo a review of that coming up here soon. And yeah, that's what I hope to do this year. I may give you, if I can finish off cleaning up I have my workroom corner finished off here, but I've got some more stuff over there that I need to get cleaned up yet. And then maybe I'll show you my little space. This is actually the first house that I've had a little space of my own. you know, with a door in an actual room. So I may show you this next week if I can get it finished off. So yeah, I think that is it from here. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas, and I hope you all have a very happy new year, and we will see you in 2020, folks. Bye.